you got divorced.
I did.
Why'd you get divorced?
Okay, so this is the one thing I don't talk about a lot, and here's why. I have a daughter, she's 9, and my parents divorced when I was little. They didn't like each other at all, and that was really hurtful and hard for me as a kid, and probably my siblings. And so, yeah, it was it the perfect marriage? No, they never are.
Just grew apart.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Had different ideas.
We got married very quickly. We didn't know each other well, to be honest. We didn't know each other well, and the compatibility was lacking, and we gave it 10 years. We gave it 10 years, and I really
had a beautiful daughter.
And we had a beautiful daughter. Her dad is a great father. He's a great father. He'll always be an amazing father to her, and that's all she should ever know. So she should never have to hear anything about her father from me.
I love that.
The discussion around divorce often highlights how some women regret their decisions after asking for a divorce, reflecting a lack of emotional responsibility and accountability. Many seem to expect that leaving a relationship will lead to immediate happiness, only to find themselves feeling lonely and nostalgic for what they had.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him, and I've never loved anybody like him either, but I don't want a divorce.
This trend suggests that impulsive emotional decisions can lead to regret once reality sets in. Women may realize that the options they envisioned post-divorce are often not as plentiful as they hoped. The idea of being a strong and independent woman sometimes masks deeper issues, including an inability to endure the complexities of a long-term relationship.
Yesterday I told my husband I wanted to be separated from him, and people keep saying sorry, and I'm only crying right now because that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I truly thought I was going to be with him forever. And I still love him so much, and I wanted it to be different, but it's not. It's okay to be upset. This is 17 years of my life we're talking about. Somebody I shared children with, who I built a life with. So yeah, say sorry, but also say congratulations for also being really fucking strong, because that was not easy.
When considering divorce, it's crucial to recognize that happiness is not solely dependent on relationship status. Leaving a partner often comes with the loss of support, financial and emotional, that was previously provided. Many who seek to reclaim their independence may find themselves struggling more than expected, as the burdens of life become heavier without the partnership.
That was probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
This woman told her husband that she wanted a separation from him after being married to him for 17 years. Now, she didn't go into great detail about what happened, but we should all know and understand that he was incapable of loving her with his entire heart. Without words, we know she tried everything because her tears said it all. There was frustration in her tears. There was love in those tears. There was strength in those tears. There was bravery in those tears. So I'd like to say to this woman, congratulations. It takes a strong woman to ask for a separation after 17 years of marriage. You thought you were marrying a life partner who was going to love you wholeheartedly in return. We know you didn't come to this decision easily and that you struggled with it for years. You only get one chance at life, and you can't waste it on someone who's not going to desire you and treat you like the special person you are. We are proud of you. We know you didn't arrive at this decision easily.
The advice for anyone contemplating divorce is to think critically about the motivations behind the decision. Seeking validation through victimhood can lead to regret and a cycle of unhappiness.
Well, guys, I think you finally succeeded. I think I have lost the absolute last shred of hope I had that there's still good men left in the world. Just went on a date. I thought it was going well. Talked nonstop, not me, back and forth, for over an hour. And then all of a sudden he had to take a call from a client. And he never fucking came back. And I got stuck with a $90 tab for his beers and pizza. So, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. 4B movement all the fucking way from here on out.
The path to recovery post-divorce involves focusing on self-improvement, managing finances, and understanding the importance of building a fulfilling life independently.
If you're contemplating getting divorced, here's something to think about. If you purely want to get divorced because you are unhappy, which is a very good reason, by the way, to get divorced, still think about this. On average, studies show that 5 years post-divorce, people's happiness is back to where they were in marriage, meaning they are unhappy again. The happiness rises just after divorce because finally you're free. Finally, this person is out of your life. Finally, you can live the life you've always wanted to live, except often we don't, because there's so much baggage that we carry around with us that didn't just change because we got rid of the person that was in our lives. Maybe our unhappiness comes from our career. Maybe our unhappiness comes from society telling us we need to be great mothers and motherhood itself is sucking us dry. Maybe unhappiness comes from many other factors. But unless we address that unhappiness component, happiness will not rise post-divorce. You may want to ask yourself, is happiness truly your goal? And if it is, can that be achieved by working on yourself right now and working through what makes you happy with your partner? Because studies also show if you stick with the marriage and work on it, both of you, you actually increase your happiness within the next 5 years. So you could be happier in your marriage than divorced. Just some thoughts.
Ultimately, it's essential to remember that while decisions can't be undone, they can be learned from, and it's possible to move forward positively.
Divorce is harder on men. People do not think that divorce is harder on men because men move on quicker. But what they don't realize is that these men are grieving. They don't have a social network to talk to and to be supportive of them, so they're moving on. Men bottle up their emotions, and that results in depression and anxiety. Generally, they don't have a lot of people to talk to about this stuff, and they're not able to really express themselves and talk about the terrible feelings that they have. Generally, men's health declines. Many men self-medicate, turn to alcohol and drugs because they don't have a support system. And then they rush into new relationships because they don't want to be alone. Now, not only are they grieving over one bad relationship, now they have 2 bad relationships. And then there's the kids that they feel that they've lost. Their time sharing, their visitation is not always 50%, and they feel that they've lost touch with their children.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.